Marjorie Taylor Greene, as I mentioned yesterday, was calling for a national divorce. This was her big tweet. You know, let's split the union. The East Coast and West Coast can become blue America. The center part of the country and the South become red America. Won't that be cool? I don't know how this works, right? These red states can't survive without the tax revenues from the blue states. Has she thought this through? Well, she went on Sean Hannity's show last night, and this is where you really begin to understand. Malcolm called a few minutes ago, and he was like, these people are voting against their own self-interest, their own best interest. And, everybody, I mean, from Thomas Frank's book, What's the Matter with Kansas, decades ago to now, it's like, why? Why are these people? Well, I think here's a clue. When Sean Hannity was interviewing Marjorie Taylor Greene last night, he opened the interview by saying, most people instinctively want this to be the United States of America. How did you get to this point? And then he goes through a bunch of topics about why he thinks people might want to split up. He said, how do you reconcile defund the police and no bail laws with law and order? Well, as if to say Democrats in blue states want to defund the police. No, there's this little handful of people who were shouting that, and their voices got amplified 100,000 times by Republicans, but it's not Democrats who are saying that. It's, officially, the Democratic Party is not in favor of defunding the police. Then he goes on to say, how do you reconcile secure borders with wide open borders? Well, again, another lie. Our borders are not wide open. Our borders are quite secure, actually. And the people who are presenting themselves at the border are presenting themselves at the border. I get it. Republicans like to lie about this to create a crisis, but then he goes on to say, how do you reconcile energy independence with energy dependence and New Green Dealism? As if putting up solar panels and windmills is going to make us dependent on what? The New Green Deal for energy? I mean, another lie. And then he goes on to say, how do you reconcile peace through strength with people who want to gut our defense? Gut our defense? I don't know of any Democrats who want to gut our defense. It's Republicans who are saying, let's stop sending anything to Ukraine, for example. So, surprise, surprise. Over on Fox News, they apparently, according to these revelations from the Dominion lawsuit, their business model is to lie to their people.